Today is August 28th. The Yankees lose a series to the Nats. The weaknesses continue to weaken. Let's talk Yanks.
The Yankees played bad. Let's recap the sad. How much more can we take? As the loss column grows, try to enjoy the show. It's time for Talkin' Yanks.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD producing in the corner. The Yankees just wrapped up their third game against the Washington Nationals. They lost it. It's 9:59 p.m. and BBD said this is our last episode of August, so that made me excited and happy. Fuck you, August. Jake, how are you?
James Davis, everyone tuning in. Doing okay. I mean, just ups and downs, whether life or Yankees baseball. It feels like every time this team really gets you on the hook and it's like, you know what? Let's roll the ball out there. Let's see the Orioles. Let's go beat up on the Twins in October. Let's make a run at this thing. And then they do something like this and you're like, God, if they do this for a week in October, it's going to be over so quickly and so ugly, and it's going to sting that, yeah, I don't know. Monday, as I've said now a bunch on the Boone interview, it was one of, if not my favorite games of the season, and then they just followed up with two dud-arinos, man. So tough to be hype about that.
Game 3, Dottorino. Game 2, like game 3 is a nothing, Game 2, they shit themselves. Like game 2 embarrassed themselves in many different ways. Game 3, they can't beat lefties.
Right.
They lose 2 out of 3 against the lefties this series. It's such a weakness. It's I just went through all the AL playoff teams, and the Astros are a nightmare. So let's hope someone else takes care of them, because it doesn't look like we're going to match up. Twins are actually the only one that's like, okay, great. You don't have that much speed. You swing and miss, and you don't have any lefties. So they look nice, but to go into the postseason with such a weakness, that's a big one, is scary.
Agree. And yeah, just a reminder for anyone taking care of Houston, that has not happened before the championship series in 7 years. So there's a lot of hope in there, in a way.
Yes. And I want to talk, but we got a structure here that we follow.
Right.
And there's just like a bubbling thing I want to scream. Maybe I save it. Maybe I do the professional thing. I save it into the construct of the show.
Do you think my eyes are getting wider?
When you open them like that, and you have the blackness behind you.
Yeah, the black background. Okay. I was going to say that felt new, but okay.
Yeah. So we're going to recap the games and then give out awards. That's the addendum. I'm tired. I don't have my heart in it. They just, 10 o'clock record and they stink. They didn't give me any reason to get excited.
You don't have to defend yourself. And it was a little bit of light torture, dude. Like Monday was hype, bro. At 10 p.m. when that game ended Monday night, I had a little pep in my step. After these two games, pepless.
Sunken steps.
Hey,
I was slower today.
We're going to do a live stream with the Yankees network. Hope it's a good game. 4 errors. Haven't done that since 21. Bah.
They were so bad.
You got any groundskeeping over there? I don't know if you even told the people kind of what that's all about. If I was tuning in for the first time.
Yeah, I was lucky I wasn't on that stream, because I would have said things that they probably would have told me not to say.
You would have got some nice male embraces from James Smythe, though. So
Where the grounds creeping is, who even fucking cares? Rizzo's playing. He homered. They should have called him up today. What are you doing? Who cares? Get him out there. Boone said that Rice is going to play against some of these righties coming up with St. Louis. What are you talking about? Bring Rizzo up. Who cares? If you're doing Rizzo, do Rizzo.
they said something weird in the mid-game update, like he was going to New York to be analyzed again, which again, I know they have a bunch of tests they run on the guy. I think it's like strength test, bat speed. I'm up for it. But yeah, that one threw me off because I thought for sure the next update was Rizzo versus St. Louis.
Me too. So I guess it's not. That's what Boone said. All right, I'm gonna not get ahead of myself. John Birdie played third base in 2 more games. He didn't get a hit in either of the games. And Clark rehabbed in AAA tonight. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 58 pitches. And he's gonna do another rehab start, as we know.
And I think they said Heel is gonna officially do a minor league start. Did I mishear that?
I didn't hear that, but I was doing a lot with the kids.
Okay. I thought they said that on the broadcast tonight, but I had to watch tonight's broadcast through my phone because it was Amazon. So I could have been hearing anything.
Yo. How is the tech still so bad for those streams?
Not sure.
You don't want me to do that? Luis here. Let me see if anyone's tweeted anything about him.
And then there was some good Efros fodder that was interesting on the internet today where they were like, yeah, Efros has been solid. It's a crowded pen. And everyone was like, it's not that crowded.
Luis Hill will likely make a re-up start in 5 days. Let me go to my handy dandy fucking sheet here where I calculate the rotation.
Okay.
5 days from today is when?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, it's the same as Clark. Sounds like they might be setting up the Clark Heel piggyback.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Good. That's what they should do.
Okay.
Boone said like Efros is knocking on the door. Efros, Trevino, they're all knocking on the door. Yeah. What are you talking about? Make the moves or don't make the moves.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's any of it mean? If you fucking not pinch hitting DJ, nothing matters. And maybe that was what I was trying to save to the appropriate time of the show. Let's recap game 1.
Did we tell
literally nothing matters.
Right.
If you're not sitting and or pinch hitting for DJ. And I know they did it in game 3, but they did it in game 2 and they started all these games. And nothing matters if you're not taking it seriously. So flip the coin when we get to September and give me actual lineups. Couldn't hold it in. Sorry. But I don't care about anything.
We might get to that later too. I don't know. Did we tell the people about SeatGeek yet?
They got tickets.
Big time. Seats. Tickets. Code Yanks15. Okay. 15% off your next order. Go to the stadium and go tell, hey, Aaron, I know what I want to see in the bullpen. I don't know. It probably won't work. You probably won't feel good about it, but when you go to SeatGeek, you'll feel good because using Yanks15, you will save 15% off your next order. And who knows? Like we mentioned, might be a September game, so there could be 2 more bodies on the roster. Maybe those would be 2 bodies you want on the roster. There's Martians, there's legends, there's relievers. Oh my. And you could see it all at SeatGeek, or go see a concert too. How about that? Thanks, SeatGeek.
Appreciate you. Let's burn game one. It was fun. Doesn't even deserve to be talked about anymore.
Okay.
It does, but whatever.
We're headed down to the nation's capital. It's always nice to grab a fresh lid as Mitchell and Ness toe the rubber with Parker and Cortez. Pre-game Glaber bomb. 1 batter, 1-0. It stayed that way into the fourth. The DJ plays his hit song, Sack Fly, and the crowd loves it so much he plays it again in the sixth. Austin Powers, yeah, baby, yeah. It's 4-0 Yanks in the sixth, and that means Nestor was nasty, but a lot of it was the D, baby. Verdugo, Judge again. Wells, all with highlights. Leiter and Nestor both give up solo homers, but Chisholm plays them out with some soft jazz. Yanks win a fun one. 5-2 final.
Fun game, Jake. Fun game. Fun game was game number one.
Right.
Nestor was getting the shit kicked out of him, but all the guys were making defensive plays, so that was nice.
Nestor knew the dimensions.
Yeah.
A lot of deep fly balls. But again, that's what made it fun. Doogie into the wall. We did a lot of this with Boon Boon. Doogie into the wall. Judge went to the wall. Judge made one of the Yankee highlights of the year, one of the baseball highlights of the year with the double play. Austin Wells with the back pick. I'm just running through it. And it was an awesome night, dude. Dylan Cruz, who's got a chance to be like a really good baseball player. He debuted in this game. They gave Soto a standing ovation after a Glaber leadoff homer. This game had the sauce, man. And it's now making the other two games less saucy.
Yep. The other two games are so, dude, not saucy.
They're sauceless.
Lineup wise, Glaber leadoff. Wells was in there. Wells played 2 out of 3 against lefties. So everyone that complaining about his playing time, that was remedied this series because it was all lefties and he got the majority. So should be happy there.
Yep.
And then DJ at first against the lefty.
9-hole Verdugo needs to be stated. That was that all 3 games this series? No, he's 8th on the middle game, but he was 9th on the bookend games.
Why? Because Trevino, whatever. Yeah, Verdugo hit all series too, so he's kind of coming around, but move that for later. Game 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Game 2 was awful. Listen to this shit, guys.
2 big Yankee free agent signings. Also sounds like 2 frat bros fighting. It's Culver's Corbin in the district. Bottom 2, old friend pal Joey sends him to the gallows. RBI ground out. And in the 4th, Chaparro and Tanya go yard. What? 3-0, 4-0 after a DJ error at first. Not Cole's best day at the office. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. Hey, a little fortitude by the Yanks as the captain and Volpe both bringing a run, but both were on groundouts that ended momentum. The Yankees would lose this game, fortitude final.
Cole had another outing where he just didn't look right, but the results weren't crazy bad. You had the home runs. Those back-to-back home runs. He gave up a hit to Joey Gallo on a 2-strike fastball. I had just made an entire video on Jimmy's 3 Things, how Gallo hasn't hit a 2-strike fastball all season. That was bizarre. Weaver threw a 3-2 change up to Gallo in game 3, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like the easiest guy to scout for ever, and you're botching it and not executing. Like, that's upsetting to me. But Well, what was really upsetting was DJ should have caught that ball from Trevino. His footwork and like first base play has been awful. And then Jazz should have tagged that guy out when Trevino threw him out at third. So Trevino threw it to DJ, and it should have been an out. Then the guy goes to third. Trevino throws it to Jazz. Should have been an out. Then they steal again, and Trevino throws it down to second, and no one's covering the pack. So Trevino threw to all three bases and got hung out to dry all three times.
It's crazy. It was tough to watch. Like I said, most errors since 2021. That was a tough times in that season. And yeah, I mean, it's just a reminder. Jazz is obviously going through some growing pains, but we're giving him a little bit of wiggle because it's brand new. DJ obviously feels limited in every part of his game this year, and he was never a high-level first baseman. Like, I looked it up. I think he just crossed 162 starts at first base in his career. So yeah, I mean, those are tough. I think Glaber got the error on that Trevino throw down to second, which I believe Susan gave a good explanation for on the radio broadcast.
That doesn't make sense to me. How do they know Volpe wasn't supposed to cover? Not that I'm blaming Volpe, but like, how does the scorer know who's...
By the rules of scorekeeping, it feels like a weird decision.
I agree, but I always defer to Susan. So
that's fair enough.
And yeah, I think the bigger conversation, because like we talked about this Dudley Dutterson a little bit. Garrett Cole, he gives up the back-to-back homers, and I think in that one inning alone, he had 3 fastballs that went for 2 homers and a double. So yeah, and I think there was another start this year where his fastball was the pitch that got hit. So I don't know. I mean, that's normally, I think Cole's fastball last year during his Cy Young season was like the best pitch in baseball. So something to watch. I mean, looking back at that start and looking back at his previous 4 to 7, I'm still good on Cole. If he bounces back with a Garrett Cole 6-inning start, 7-inning the next one, this is fine.
Yeah, there's been starts where he's like still not looked right, but the results are fine. Yeah, I'm also not that like, they were in this game. They can't hit lefties and they can't field.
Yeah, I mean, the Patrick Corbin has been the worst lefty starting pitcher in baseball this year. And there's been times when people have said this show becomes too critical. I will say Corbin threw a couple really nice pitches. He threw an inside cutter to Judge to strike him out. That was like, wait, what is this right now? So I don't know. End of the day, he's still a major leaguer, but it's like we've driven home. The Yankees are one of the worst teams against lefty starting pitchers this year.
Yeah.
Not of playoff teams, of all teams.
Amongst those errors, we had the DJ was playing in and like he knocked it down and then had to scramble for it. And then like then went to pick it up and couldn't pick it up and then dropped it again and didn't get the out.
Tough to watch.
It's really tough to watch. And they didn't pinch hit for him at the end when every lefty was making good contact. And Boone said in the postgame that, yeah, but Finnegan's numbers are better against lefties than righties. Like, what about DJ's numbers, Boone? Like, what about DJ's numbers? He's the worst versus lefties on the team.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the, come on, man. That was such an unserious move. And part of me thinks, yeah.
My opinion was it was the Yankees trying to force their hand, and it either DJ drives one into the gap and they hoped it sparked the next month of good DJ, or I think we're heading towards final methods of digging his own grave, which we saw the pinch hit tonight. But it's either way, that's sad all around.
It's sad all around, and I would love to believe what you're saying, but I've believed it a couple times, and it hasn't happened up to this point.
Which part?
Final straw. Not going to see him that much anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't think final straw. I think they're like gonna let him dig further. I mean, we saw our guy Joey Gallo go to the deadline, like the Yankees.
Yeah, but this is worse than that. This is name a bad 200 plate appearance stretch. I don't think you're going to find worse. Oswaldo last year.
I agree.
So it's just not really like a serious thing that they're doing. I would love it if this was what they were doing. Like, hey, we're going to give you these 3 games, Deej, but after that, we're not going to be able to go with you. We'll, whatever you wanted to say, but Boone had a quote.
Maybe they are, man. I mean, he got pinch hit in the last at bat, and you just said they were going to play Rice or whatever.
Yeah, I wish I could find that quote that I saw, because Boone did have a quote where if you wanted to optimistically read into it, you could pin it that like he was saying it needs to like reveal itself. Oh man, I should copy and paste this shit when I see it.
Because I think we've got 6 righties coming up for our next 6 games.
Mm-hmm. Yankees first base Anthony Rizzo on the plan with his rehab assignment after playing again in Somerset. I'll just talk about how we feel and we'll go from there. Could this be his last rehab game? Rizzo said it could be, yeah, but one more wouldn't be out of the picture either. So, do they play tomorrow?
Do they have an off day tomorrow? I think they do.
The Yankees do, but maybe the minor league doesn't, and that's where he's saying like we could do one more, but I'm definitely up. Then that's what I would guess. Where the hell did I see? Oh, you know what? I think Kirshner put it out.
I mean, Sunday is also September 1st. Are they just going to wait for that?
Maybe, but I think they got to lose Rice either way.
Right.
Because he's the only, like, expendable one.
There'd be, like, super no room for him to play anyway if Rizzo's
You play Rice twice, and then you call up Rizzo and Birdie.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I got the sense when Boone talked to us that they're, like, taking it a little slower with Birdie.
He did allude to
that. This is what Chris Kirshner from The Athletic tweeted, the quote that about DJ. He talked about playing him in there. Kirshner asked, at what point do the results matter with DJ, considering he has a 422 OPS against left-handed pitching? And Boone said, his season has been a little different in that obviously the track record matters. He's obviously been behind the 8 ball a little bit from an injury standpoint to start the year. You want to let things really declare themselves to where you're making sound decisions moving forward. If you want to be optimistic, Boone's saying, hey, they're not taking him off the lineup. They're telling me we should start him, and things got to really declare themselves. And that was it, forcing him to play as loud as you can get. I don't know. I don't believe what I'm saying. I'm trying to get hopeful.
Right.
They did pinch hit for him, and Oswaldo rocked that ball just right at fielder. Any ball the center field's caught against the Nats, he's crazy out there.
Young Jacob Young.
Yeah. All right, you want to do game 3?
Sure. A pair of lefties for the rubber match as Mackenzie Al Gore would try to put the Yanks offense in a vice against Yankees number 2 in charge, Carlos Rodon. It would be no cruise for Carlos as Dillon gets him for his first major league home run, and him and James Wood account for 4 of the 5 national runs. Jason Derulo sighting as the Yanks get jazzy on him, but it's 5-1 Nats into the fifth. Judge goes with the small ball RBI squibber down the line. We haven't seen a lot of that, and we haven't seen a lot of the Yankees offense. They try to put some together in the ninth. No deuce, no dice. Yankees lose 2 out of 3 to the Washington Nationals as they lose Game 3, 5-2 final.
Pitchcom Mayhem game.
God.
Balks in a run because Pitchcom isn't working. And then some more home runs where the pitchers are turning and just shrugging like, what? How'd that get out? And then they stole bases like crazy. 5 stolen bases in the first 2 innings.
Yeah. Flashbacks.
It's such an effort to hold the runners on. Like when there's speed on the base paths, it's everyone is like preoccupied with like trying to play their part.
And I do like that, Jim. I know that's in a fun year at Boone where we're casting more ballots for ideas or suggestions we like. There's probably something there to the mental game that if you're spending so much mental energy for that, because you guys are limited in that area, that you're not putting as much mental thought into defensive preparation.
Yeah. Wells has like a good arm. Like Wells can do that. They still need to help him out. Trevi, like in game 2, you can tell when guys are on base, they're scrambling. They're just like preoccupied.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we've seen Rodon's interview, but it was not. I mean, they were clean steals. They were don't throw down steals.
They used Pitchcom, they said, to help with the run game, and they didn't have that. Pitchcom. Someone needs to do an article on Pitchcom.
Okay.
Like Passan or Britt Roley. Is that how you pronounce your last name? Sorry if I butchered that. Because we saw it and held it in our hands.
Yeah.
It's not sophisticated. It's like a children's toy.
Full disclosure, I texted our Jomboy Media tech expert, Mike DeLeon. Incredible, 1 of 1. Watches every Yankee game. I said, hey, Mike, if we want to do this at some point, I say we put together our own Pitchcom, we sell it to MLB, and we just count the money after that. Mike DeLeon, who loves a good crazy idea, probably listening right now. Hi, Mike. He said he was shocked that Pitchcom works at all. And Mike DeLeon is a problem solver. So, yeah, I'm ready for the Britt Garoli or Jeff Passan and Mike DeLeon interview because, yeah, it feels like one of those things that should be easy technology, but it clearly isn't.
It was like a magician who used it as his magic shows.
A guy makes them out of his garage, not a joke.
Yeah.
They're just made by a guy.
Yeah, I think it's 2 magicians, and they just sent to MLB and like, maybe you guys could use our device. And then MLB was like, here's millions of dollars, make a ton of them.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? They just
we don't know if that was their exact reaction.
Yeah, they probably were like, holy shit.
They probably did the
Hey,
money.
dude, we got to make more of these Pitchcoms. Can we mass produce this? No, let's just do it in the garage. They break all the time. Anyway, when they started throwing the fingers down when Cousins was pitching and I got to play along with Wellesley calling sliders and then a fastball with no one on base, I was like, oh, I like baseball.
That's what you like.
That's selfish, but I was so excited. I was like, oh, he just shook the slider. He wants to throw the fastball. I was like, whoa, that was like my number 1 favorite part of watching baseball, especially when I didn't have like a rooting interest in the game. So I was glad that it was back. Anyway. The game stunk.
Be funny if there was a future interactive broadcast that maybe was like 5 seconds behind and it would tell you what pitch was coming, because that's kind of what you like doing. You're like, oh shoot, here comes the curveball.
Yeah, well, I like seeing the pitcher shake. So
Right.
if I just had the end result, I wouldn't like it that much.
Be a little hype if you're like, oh shoot, he's going fastball here.
Yeah, I bet like it more. Someone in the chat said, "Was that story about Pitchcom true?" It was like, yeah, basically.
From everything we've heard, that is not a goof.
That is from the time we got to
were
touch
shown
a
Pitchcom and we're told, "Can you fucking believe MLB bought this?"
Pitchcom.
Look how big my eyes are.
It was a magician. Anyway, let's do some awards and get into the good stuff.
Wow. Jim, I've got good news for you.
Oh, yeah.
Awards are brought to us by a new partner, and a partner that's going to hit a chord with a lot of people. It's Turtle Beach. Not where I vacation, but maybe it's a vacation wherever you go. Because Turtle Beach is the #1 gaming headset in the land. Their Gen 3 Stealth 600 headset. It picks up everything. You're playing a game, you hear the footsteps, you hear the reload, changing mag. They're like the guys. I was shocked. Our gamer dudes, Shelfie and Joe's, were hype. And they sent us some headphones. I left mine at the office and I got a little sad, but I also struggle carrying stuff home sometimes. So maybe next time I'm getting an Uber home from the office or something. But Turtle Beach, they are the top dogs. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today for a limited time only. Head to turtlebeach.com, use code Yanks, 10% off your entire order. 10% off with code Yanks at turtlebeach.com. They're the guy. They're like the only gaming headphones I know. And the fact we're with them is pretty cool. So thanks, Turtle Beach.
Thank you, Turtle Beach.
Thank you, Turtle Beach.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I go first because I'm at my house. Did you see the bite of gummy? I'm gonna do the same. Is that what you just did?
Oh, that's for my glaucoma.
Oh, okay. This is for my sleep deprivation.
Where's your award going? The Pride of the Yankees.
I got options. Oh, Jazz Chisholm.
It's a good one.
I'm going Jazz.
It's a good one.
4 hits, 2 homers, 417 on base. His numbers versus lefties are actually very good. And he's a lefty. So that should help moving forward. Open Boone's mind that maybe lefties can hit lefties sometimes. And he made some plays. I know he makes some errors at third. And I hope they're teaching him the position. Because like a couple times now he hasn't covered third on balls to the outfield. He didn't play the cutoff for the position today. But then he did make that nice pick to end that disastrous inning, the short hop. But mostly the hitting, the at-bats, been good.
9 homers in 20 games. He's outpacing Judge. As a Yankee, he's on a 73 home run pace. So as people know on here, I didn't expect that out of Jazz. And that'll probably slow down a little bit, but he's been absolutely yeah, I don't know. I don't want to poo-poo it.
Such a Jazz hater.
I love Jazz. And, man, there used to be such a thing as Yankee Magic. Like I talked about on our Boone interview with Jazz's smile. It's like too big. It's like one of those smiles. Like, have you seen those? There's like Insta Reels or TikToks, and it'll be like, I'm a bride practicing my smile, my soft smile for my special day. And then they'll be like, here's what happened. And it's them like with a massive smile, like kind of crying. Those are Jazz's smiles because he's still so happy to be a Yankee and not a fish. And the left on left thing's awesome. And I think Flaherty We got a young John Flaherty pick on the broadcast. Hello. And he was really good on talking about Jazz. Like, he's like, dude, he keeps that shoulder in really well, and he's a big hands hitter, which allows him to go attack the ball versus lefties.
His numbers as a Yankee are awesome. I wonder if today pushed him into how close he is to 1 dotting as a Yankee after today.
I think so, yeah.
He's 970 before today, so I don't know how much it pushed him up. Close. Close. He's my pride.
It's a good one. I think he would have been mine. Hey, you know what? Let's go left side, strong side. Anthony Volpe puts together a big series, 6 for 12. He has 2 hits tonight. He had 3 hits in the first game. Tonight's hit led off the inning in the 9th inning that set up what could have been a rally for other Yankee teams. And he's putting good swings on the ball. He turned on a Finnegan fastball, which I think that had been one of my kind of hitting frustrations with Volpe, is that there were some serious fastball counts he was getting that he wasn't putting a drive on the ball. And he got a couple and he put a charge into it. So, hey, you know, the people are always checking in where we're at with our young Italian prince. He put together a nice series in the nation's capital this weekend.
He did. And the helmet seemed like it was a bit smaller.
It was a smaller helmet. There's no doubt in my mind. It never came off.
It didn't, right?
He slid into third today and did a full tumble, and the helmet stayed on. It used to come off walking.
You're right.
It's a smaller helmet. Like, there's not a doubt.
When did he slide into third? I'm going to bring up the video.
That was, what inning was that? Was that him and Chisholm today in the 9th?
Volpe steals third. Yeah. I have the video up. Yeah, they double stole, right? Yeah. And oh, yeah. So that was quickly done.
I mean, again, we tell people about Boone speak, and I think our people are getting good at it. But Boone, when we brought up that question, and he acknowledges that he talked about that question, in hindsight from us, that's Boone being like, we got him a smaller helmet.
Yeah.
That's an admission.
It's done. Don't worry about it.
One less thing.
Glaber makes that bad play in this game. Glaber going to first base side is not good. Doesn't fit in the situation of what we're saying, but just to let you know.
Sure.
All right, MFer.
Yeah.
You Yankee
You know what? I'm going Soto.
Okay. I thought there was a chance.
Hitless series, and obviously, you know, he doesn't deserve it. 1 bad series. Well, it's a 1 series award.
Right.
And you're supposed to rub it in the Nationals' stupid faces that they traded you and make them regret it forever.
Right.
But you went hitless instead. So let's move on quickly. What are you giving it out?
Dude, let's be double nasty. I'll give it to Big G. G puts up a 1 for 13. And he had a few opportunities with runners on base this series, and nothing happened. Check swing that he definitely swung on, and then he fought that. That's, you know, always a Talkin Yanks least favorite. But yeah, I don't know. And there's a lot of people online joking about how much the ball was traveling tonight, that if, you know, anyone put it in the air and it'll go out. And that didn't happen. 1 for 13 this series from Big G.
Nice. Look at us. Not piling on.
Not piling
People
on.
that, you know,
That's Juan Soto's first MFer.
thought they DFA'd DJ or something.
No, sorry.
1 month ago.
Way to go. Juan Soto. A full, well-rounded season.
Great season. Should have went to Glibber. Left him on deck twice.
Yeah. Good at bats from Glaber, kind of. Like, they're competitive at bats.
He was trying.
Funny seeing people in the chat. It's BBD. BBD just made our hearts stop. Everyone jumped to the same thing.
Damn. I'm sorry, guys.
What was everyone thinking about?
It's like a big move.
Lou Trevino back?
We're hardwired. It's pretty weird. Humans are conditioned. Regular old awards.
You know what else humans are conditioned for, Jim?
Breathing. There's like three
Yes.
things. It's like sucking, breathing, and
Oh,
something
boy.
else that babies are born with the ability to do.
It's drinking coffee, and it's with Super Lost Coffee. Super Lost Coffee. Hey, welcome to Super Lost Coffee. It was founded here in NYC by two friends. Sound familiar? I'm going to stop that because they do not want that. But they have been providing the coffee to our office lately, and we've been buzzing. It's been active. Productivity has gone up tenfold. And Super Lost Coffee, they showcase small batch, carefully roasted coffee that's sourced from farmers they know. And, oh, wow. If you head over to Super Lost, if you forget the name, just think about me, Super Lost, superlost.com, use code Jomboy, 30% off your Super Lost order. That's superlost.com, promo code Jambi, even Jomboy. Go check them out. They have like changed the whole tenor of our office.
I could use some because I'm tired right now, but then I would never sleep.
But then you'd be up all night.
Up all night. Ba 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 boo ba ba boo ba 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 boo. You know, I like can't.
Say it.
I can't. No, I'm not gonna can it. I'm gonna can it.
These
About
eyes.
you being dead in Brazil.
Oh God. Is that the theme?
No. Theme is the theme is old ladies.
And your first award.
Sitting, knitting, and stewing award.
Sitting in a stewing.
Sitting and knitting and stewing.
Sitting and knitting and stewing.
Classic like old lady session where they're all sitting around knitting and shit talking. Yeah, just like and that's from.
Let's go with Oswaldo Cabrera.
No.
Okay.
It's DJ LeMahieu.
Aha.
Cause I'm just nitpicking. Dude,
Right.
I'm just seeing
Wow.
yeah.
This was nitpicking.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Do you think it's too nitpicky to share?
No, I think you should share it because I think it shows where we're at. But I think there was a reason nobody in the Talkin' Yanks chat replied to that.
Someone tweeted it at me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
DJ's not stretching for balls
Right.
at first. I sent Beebs the video. Did you get it, Beebs?
You just fell over.
Dude, everything's been bad.
Right.
But even some, like his footwork and he's not stretching. And so this is where I'm at, where every time a ball's around him, I'm just like, got
Right.
my little like knitting shit, you know, and I'm just on the camera. My shoulders are hunched and I'm just shit talking like an old mad lady.
DJ's driven you to a tough place, and I get it.
Well, and I also feel awful about it
Right?
because, like, yeah, I don't want this to be happening. I don't want DJ to be bad. He's good. He's awesome. Babes, I put it in the chat. Do you have that? Are you grabbing it?
Yeah,
There's a What's
Hello?
that? Hello?
You talking?
Um, well, there's this play and I don't know what else to say till we get there. Um, every play I watch, he's not stretching. Okay. He catches this ball, pause it where it enters his glove. This is the level I'm at with him and
He
play.
kind of stretches, but he catches it behind himself.
He catches the ball above his head.
Yeah.
That's no reach. Yo, I watched David Robertson pitch in the wild card game,
Nice.
and Greg Bird makes a scoop at first that made me go, what? And then I saw that. They were happening in the same like moments on the couch. And I was just like, what? So that's where I'm at. That's, I guess.
I get it. I get it.
Like,
He's never
you
been a
gotta
good
go
first
get-
baseman.
you got to go get that ball, dude.
I think our guy Young Jacob Young had it anyways. That's why I'm not as offended on it. But
He was safe by a tiny bit.
it was there.
But that's also what happened when Trevino threw it away. Like,
Right.
he let it travel to a dangerous spot.
Right. It got in the line.
Beebs, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put another one in the chat right now. 20 seconds in the video. Just freeze frame this. Because it's wildly different. So that's my sitting, knitting, and stewing award. And I'll get over it or I won't. But it's like I said at the very top of the episode, nothing like there's good happening. They're in first in the division. They're going to go to the postseason. I can't put my playoff brain on. Now, granted, that bounces, but look how far away Bird catches that ball.
Let's see. We've got chopper up the middle, double play. Right.
If you freeze it, right, baby, pause it right when it enters his glove. Like, dude, DJ catches his ball above his head.
Right.
First baseman can catch the ball like 4 feet
Out.
And that's not a one-off from Deej at first. Like, that's what he did on the other one. So it's just like, what are we doing, dude?
Never been a good first baseman.
Shout out to Birdie, though. I didn't remember him having that.
Yeah, I mean the double play stretch to second. That's the one. Yeah.
Nice. Good times.
Okay.
What's your first award?
Knitting mittens and kittens, huh? I'm gonna give out the I told you you'd regret that in an old lady's voice award.
Told you you'd regret. I told you you'd regret.
Told you you'd regret those.
Told you you regret that. I told you that you'd regret that.
I told you you'd regret that.
I told you that you'd regret that. Oswaldo.
A good guess. I haven't done a lot of that this year of the guess it and give it. It's going to Alex Verdugo, and it's an old lady talking about getting all those tattoos that were bothering him. Because, again, I think since the new batting gloves, if you add tonight, I think he's 8 for 19. He had a 3-hit game in the first game. He ran into the wall again, and, I think there was – you talk about knitting, mitten, and kittens and getting angry or whatever. I think Yankee fans – because Verdugo doesn't have a lot of highlight defensive plays, but he plays a solid left field, his highlight defensive plays in left field are going back and getting it. And we saw another one of those on Monday night. We saw the patented hat flip up. I will say the only frustration, he kind of pulled a Dominguez today where instead of coming up and just throwing and being like, hey, there's a runner rounding third, let me throw home. He popped up, looked at the runner at third, saw they were running, and then threw. And it's like, if you take out that half second of hesitation, I think your throw would be that much better. And I think they would have had a shot at Jacob Young at home plate. But hey, I know there's going to be a lot of Dominguez clamor, and it may be the right clamor. I still don't know where I'm going to land. But like we talked about, playing Verdugo's last stand, what looks like DJ's last stand. DJ's last stand looks like it's coming to an end. Verdugo's last stand feels like it's got some juice to it.
I'm not against Verdugo playing well and having the job. A lot of people are. They just want the Martian up really bad. If Verdugo,
it's the hope of the Martian, and Verdugo stats are below league average. So
yeah. On the season they are. But I'm just saying if he can play how he played the first month or whatever and provide, right. Like I saw that. I saw what his style of hitting did in the middle of the lineup with the other guys, and it worked. It was something that like was good. Then he went into a crazy, deep, terrible slump. He would have to really keep hitting.
Has Trent Chisholm been playing at all?
No.
I mean, for all the Verdugo talk, is it as simple as a potential Trent DFA and call up Dominguez to be your backup center fielder, platoon versus lefties?
I don't think they'll DFA Trent because they have him for next year.
But you could not have him, and that's okay.
You're the Yankees, and that's like actual war crime, what you just said.
Trent started Saturday's game against the Rockies, and he hadn't started since the White Sox series.
I mean, this guy's got one start in 3 weeks.
Jomboy Jones, baby. I mean, they'll just send him down, though. They won't DFA him.
Does he have options?
Yeah, 3 options.
He might have too much service time. Don't know all the...
No. He's got 3 options.
Yeah, I don't know.
He got 4 years of service time, so he hasn't like reached free agency. Because usually it says not available when a guy can't get sent down.
5 years.
Yeah. I mean, what happened was they were like, hey, should we play Trent and Verdugo evenly and give them both a shot to compete for the job? Should we play Oswaldo and DJ and Rice evenly and give them all a shot and compete for the job? Like you asked Boone, is competition good? And their philosophy has never, ever been that competition breeds winning. It is that reassurance and full devotion and trust no matter results is the best environment for winning. And we're going to run you out there every day because we believe in you. Don't worry about the results, dude. We believe in you. Just do you. We believe in you. Not competition breeds results like you've been told everywhere else by every other team in sports competition history. So they chose Verdugo and DJ. We're going to run these guys out. They get the next 2 weeks. And Verdugo's doing something with that, and DJ's not. Stupid. Okay. Next award.
Yep.
Is the I think I've given this out. It's a Dashboard Confessional song. It goes,
Mm.
"You have shit, it's you have stolen my heart." I want to say you have broken my heart. I put my trust. That song, that's the award name.
I put my trust in you. Look as far as I can go. That's not Dashboard, is it?
Lincoln Park.
In the
I think
End by
it's
Linkin
Linkin.
Park.
Yeah.
I put my trust in you.
Yeah.
Powerful, man.
Thanks, dog.
I put my trust. I mean, Aaron Judge. That's
No. Carlos Rodon. Last episode, I said Carlos Rodon has made himself an afterthought. I don't really have to worry about him anymore. And then, boom. What a dummy I am. Because that wasn't that good. Yo, they tickled some sore spots for me these last 2 games.
ooh.
Yeah. That's where the iron got me. And then for the Nationals to run into that double play,
Huh.
which is insane. I liked Flash Ruco like breaking it down. Like, what? Like why did they all keep running? You just take the one out, guarantee the next two are there. They just kept running.
Saved Weave Dog's ERA. I appreciate it.
Yo. They really don't teach baseball in the minors anymore.
No.
We've been told this by guys in the minors. Being like, yeah, no, we just do hit hard, throw hard drills. Like that Yankees minor leaguer said to the public, and we asked some guys, and they were like, no, that's what we do. And it is showing itself. I think they think you're a minor leaguer, you know ball. We'll just get your skills up. And it's like, no, teach these kids baseball. Like for those trail runners to be just running in that rundown for the Nats,
Yeah,
is crazy.
It feels like they think they can teach you the physical stuff, and you came in knowing the mental, and then I think you probably should be drafting guys based on their physical abilities, and they do, and teach them the nuances.
Yeah, man. Because like credit to A-Rod, and I don't always say that, but you hear Cervelli come up in like 09, and he's like, I sat by A-Rod and who did Cervelli shout out? It was A-Rod and someone else. And they taught me everything I know about baseball. Like they up my knowledge of the game. You always hear stories about that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we got to the bigs, and then I really found out, this and that and this and that. Some of these rookie kids have it tough. In a weird way. Obviously, they're pro athletes. So
yeah.
In the spectrum of being 1% of athletic ability, they're not being, some of them aren't being set up to the best.
Okay. You're good?
Yeah.
Finishing off the old lady thing. I'm going to hang my clothes on the line.
Let them dry.
Yeah.
I mean, are you going Bickford? Had himself a good inning.
He's got an Invisa fastball. Guys don't see it.
I think so. I don't know, dude. Tim Meza. I don't know.
Bickford and Mesa. 11 p.m.
I mean, Judge, he hasn't officially got an award, but what's there to say?
Jim, it's going out to Oswaldo. So that was kind of a fake on the fake because he was my first guess.
You switched it. You were gonna give your first one to him. You switched it to dog me.
It's not true.
10:58 at night, and you did that.
I didn't dog you. First one was always going Doogie. Second one I did want is Waldo, because he hits that last ball on the line. The Yankees have kind of hung him out to dry lately. He had one at bat this series. I went through the splits again, and we've done them so many times on this show, but like
Three DJs.
since July, Oswaldo's numbers have been not good for Oswaldo, good for a great Major League Baseball player. And Jim, the other thing that popped up right before that final at bat tonight, Oswaldo Cabrera, including tonight's at bat, is 0 for 9 pinch hitting. Because something that if I get my George Costanza moment with those Yankees geeks, I'm going to tell them that pinch hitting is not the same as regular hitting. And it ties a bow on DJ starting. It ties a bow on Oswaldo not being in there. That you're hampering yourself in two ways. And if you think it's just an Oswaldo thing, go check out Hall of Famer Giancarlo Stanton's pinch hitting numbers. Go check out all pinch hitting numbers. It is not the same. Good swing by Waldo. And that first pitch was brutal.
They fucked it. It's just botched, dude. They're like 2022ing first base.
Yeah.
Like what they did in shortstop in 2022. And then come postseason, they start 3 different shortstops. It's just what they're doing at first base. It's just really just like
crazy.
It's crazy. Like, why isn't Oswaldo getting run at first base? Why isn't Rice starting more? DJ's a known not going to work. 200 at plate appearances now. We're not talking about 30 plate appearances off injury.
Save us, Anthony Rizzo.
It's like whatever. It's unserious. And it makes me mad.
You
So I
nailed
gotta
that
end the
name.
show.
You nailed that name, that Yankee today.
I did. That was an easy one. If you paid attention to the 2013, 2014 Yankees.
What do you think got you? The D-backs part of it? The Red Sox part of it?
D-backs. No fucking way. I had no clue. It was just Red Sox.
Okay.
I mean, Red Sox to
Red
Yankees
Sox to
in
Yankees.
13, from 12 to 13, 14.
Yeah.
You know all the Yankees, Red Sox. The only other guy who could have been was like Darnell McDonald, but he didn't play for 2 seasons. He came over, they made him shave his dreads off. He kept him in a Ziploc bag, and then they DFA'd him 2 days later.
Tough.
It was tough. And Rucco said I spoiled it for him, or Flash said I spoiled it for Rucco. I did invisible text.
You did do invisible text.
So that was up to him if he wanted to slide and reveal it for himself or not.
I need to have it out with Flash. I think we just need to hit a happy hour, each tell stories from our baseball careers, and we're going to be good.
I like color commentary Flash. And I like analyst Flash.
Well, that's when they get him going. Like some of even his GW stories were kind of great that they just threw bases out there and they were practicing D1 baseball. It's like, what was that? Oh, no. I don't like that. Get that off the screen.
He like grew it for like years. And then they DFA'd a bad hair policy stuff.
4 games.
4 games, and they DFA'd him. And it was like maybe a decade worth of dreads or like 5 years.
Oh, no.
That's what you looked like when you were dead in Brazil.
I was making that face earlier.
Yeah. You know how like in Brazil, when someone dies, you go to the funeral, they like have the body like propped up like we do bears.
Right.
That's what I was thinking when I saw your face like that.
Okay.
Maybe it's the jersey.
Nestor had a scoreless streak.
Nestor's inning where he struck out the side was cool.
That was cool. Fell off the mound and saved it.
Yo, DJ swung at an inside pitch and fell down.
Okay. All right.
We got to end this show, dude. I'm going to dream tonight about it.
On you, Pop. You're the host.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Oh, he looked good.
Did you guys mold him this way, or is that was the face he was making when he died?